Volkswagen has announced that it intends to give its all-electric ID cars, including the new ID.Buzz, which will stand out as a singular offering, a hot, all-electric minibus, the Sporty GTX designation. We'll probably see the same 77 kilowatt-hour battery in the ID.Buzz GTX as the battery size won't change from the other trim levels. This battery is connected to a 295 brake horsepower and 460 Nm electric motor system in the ID.5 GTX. Given that the ID.Buzz and ID.5 use the same MEB platform, we anticipate seeing comparable statistics in Volkswagen's popular electric MPV. Similar to the ID.4 and ID.5 GTX models, range will probably drop with the battery focusing more on performance. The ID.4 GTX and ID.5 GTX use two electric motors, one on each axle, to offer four-wheel drive, so we anticipate the same in the ID.Buzz GTX. Currently, all ID.Buzz models have the same operating components as ID.3 models. With a 77 kilowatt-hour battery, the back wheels would receive 201 brake horsepower and 310 Nm of torque. With the addition of the hot GTX model, this ought to alter because we anticipate more power and four-wheel drive. According to Volkswagen, the ID.Buzz has an all-electric driving range of up to 258 miles. The battery can be charged from 5% to 80% capacity in 30 minutes using a strong enough DC source, thanks to the 170 kilowatts charging capacity on board. Additionally, the ID bidirectional charging will be a standard feature on Buzz, allowing you to transfer power from the battery back into the grid in addition to charging the car at home. The range-topping First Edition has thin LED headlights up front with a light bar connecting them to the prominent VW logo in the middle, and further down is a mesh grille design for the lower air intakes. There are sliding side doors, and the pillars at the back have a 3-bar pattern. The rear features a full-height tailgate and thin lights that span the entire width of the back end. The two-tone color scheme revealed in the first official photos will be available as an option, with white upper part and yellow, orange, blue, or green bodywork underneath. For the First Edition alone, 21-inch wheels are offered. The ID overall Buzz is a little object. Although it is 192 mm shorter in length, 4,712 mm, than the T6 Caravelle, it has a nearly same wheelbase, 2,988 mm, to the T6. While the designs included inventive sliding and rotating seats, the ID.Buzz has a conventional 5-seat arrangement in a 2-to-3 configuration, which serves to maximize passenger space. However, there is a huge 1,121 liters of boot space in 5-seat configuration, and the back bench splits 60-40 and slides to maximize legroom or load space. A maximum of 2,205 liters is available when the back bench is folded flat. Up to 8 USB-C charging ports may be found around the cabin as practical additions, while the Buzz Box is a brand new invention. Between the front seats, there is a central storage bin that has a spacious 5-liter drawer for larger objects, and a top compartment with an ice scraper and bottle opener. The ID.Buzz is equipped with a ton of technology, the majority of which was brought over from the ID.3 and ID.4. There is a 5.4-inch virtual cockpit driver display, a 10-inch touchscreen infotainment system on the Life model, and a 12-inch screen positioned in the center of the dashboard on higher-spec vehicles.